So I want to talk about so when making a beat, what type of sound are you trying to create?
Shoot, that's like a really that's not an easy question to answer. But like, if I was to say a certain sound, um, what most people tell me, like the type of sound I have with my beats, it'd be like, you kinda got like a trap but jazzy sound. Like when they say jazzy, it's like, the cadence of the beat is a little bit different than, just regular hip hop, regular trap beats, And I feel like if I was to describe the sound, it would just be like more so melodic trap, or like really I wouldn't even say it's a sound. Like, my goal for being a producer is just to create whatever type of music I feel at that moment, or just like even if it deals with working with artists, I want to be able to fulfill whatever type of beat they want me to make. You get what I'm saying? So just like if it's a Detroit beat, I'm gonna go ahead and cook it up. I'm gonna cook it up. A Detroit beat, there you go. Or an R&B beat, then I'm gonna cook it up and give you an R&B beat. If you want like a slow trap beat, lo-fi, whatever you want, I'm gonna cook it up. And that's kind of like the slogan of my brand. Like, you know, I'm cooking it up, as far as like they call me the master chef because I cook it up. So whatever you order, whatever you want me to make, then I'ma just do it right there in your face, give it right back to you. You know what I'm saying? Serve it to you.
Okay, cool. That's understandable. Definitely. So when when making a beat, like how complicated is it making a beat? Is it simple? Is it hard to understand? Like when you first got into it, just describe the difficulty of making a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it can go in deep than a lot of people think it can go into.
So I would say when I was first starting out, making the beat was kind of difficult because I didn't understand the software more. So it wasn't because I didn't know how to make a beat. It's just because I didn't know what to do in the software to put the notes in the right place. You get what I'm saying? So I already knew how, like, if I was to play a sample or like make a melody, I would know how I already want the beat to sound. But the hardest part was like just trying to understand like what tools to use to even make that sound, or like how to tweak the sound to make it sound like what you want it to sound like. And I would say, as of now, it's not really difficult to make a beat. Like, I can make a beat really in 10 minutes, just off a loop. But to like fully track it out, it might take me like 30 minutes. But in the studio, when you're working with like artists and stuff, you don't want to take too long making the beat, because then it's like, if you take too long, they're going to lose that vibe. And it's like, you wasting time after that. So you got to move quick as a producer, so I believe that, or what I would tell other producers is like, if you're going to start making beats, or if you want to like kind of increase your work ethic while making beats, just learn the software first. Like, that's going to help you through everything, even if you not really good with music theory or just understanding like how music works, like learning the software first would help you. You'll be more ahead of people who don't know music theory if you understand how to use the software. If you understand how to put certain notes a certain way, or like put certain effects a certain way, you're already ahead of the game, even if you're not really good with music theory. So.
Okay. So for the people don't know, what is exactly what is a note exactly?
A note?
Yeah, for the people who don't know.
Oh, so like a note is just like a key. Like, so say if you got like a piano, if you press a key on that piano, that's a note. And a note has a certain key. And when I say key, it means like a certain pitch. So like, each note doesn't sound the same when you press it. So, for producers, like, because everything is so digital, you can still use a piano to like, play it out and put it on the software. But for most producers nowadays, everybody just kind of clicking it in. And what I mean by clicking it in is just like, they'll press a note on the software, and whatever sound good, that's what they're gonna go with. You get what I'm saying? But it's some people like me. I feel like I already know. Like if I was to make a melody, like I'm gonna experiment with it. I might either like play it out on the keyboard or I might just like click it in. But either way, it's gonna be something original from me. Or if I use a loop, then I'm gonna just do something different with the drums. You get what I'm saying? Like make it unique, make it not sound like something that's already out there. I'm gonna put my own little sauce on it, my own little flavor on it. So.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So when so there's notes, loops. So what is a loop exactly? Like how does it like a loop work? Far as like how does that play into a beat?
So a loop is basically like a sample. Like so, say if I was to like go to a song that's already made and just grab a piece of that song and try to flip it and like put it in the beat, that's basically what a loop is. Or like even if I make a melody like that's just 4 bars and just make it loop, that's a loop. Cause it's like it's not repetitive, but it's like it plays over and over again like with that same vibe. And if you got the perfect loop, then it's not going to be repetitive because it's like it has enough bounce in it to where it's like you could change up the drums like on the second bar, or you get what I'm saying, like, or change it up somewhere in the beat to make it just stand out a little bit more. And most of the times when you're making a beat, you're not just going to use the sample unless the sample has more than one sound. But with just making a beat, you use more than one sound. So it's like you might use a loop that just got one sound, then you might use a plugin, for some vocals or for like a counter melody, just to add more space and more fullness to that beat.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of detail. I could tell you really know your stuff for real, for real.
Yeah.
So so who was like have there been any artists that actually blew up off your beat or is on the verge of blowing up? You know what I'm saying? Off your beat. Have you?
Well, I am working with an artist right now. I'm not gonna say their name because I'm gonna just wait for y'all to see when it come out. But I'm working with him, and like he really got some motion, like, and he got good connections. But I think as soon as I started working with him, like he already knew like the talent was there, and he knew like if we was to start working for real, like how we working now, like it's gonna be major, like, and it is. It's already showing. Like he already got one of the beats that he rapped on. That was my beat. It's already like playing in the store, Giorgio's. Yeah, he played it. He got connects with the dude who work at Giorgio's or who owns Giorgio's, and he got him to play it throughout the store for that day. And it was just like when I seen that, I was like, dang, like this junk is really like about to get real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if he got it playing in stores and the song not even out yet, then who knows like what's gonna happen when the song drop? You get what I'm saying? Like, and he got way more connections than that. But it's just like, to say or to like work on a beat and then like not know if anybody gonna mess with it first. You get what I'm saying? Like you might think it's hard because you made the beat, or like you might show your friends and stuff, but you get that extra confirmation or that extra reassurance when an artist messing with it. Like when they be like, I need that beat right there. Like let me hop on that right now. Like that give you extra confidence to be like, okay, like I need to keep doing stuff like that so, he stay hopping on it. You get what I'm saying? Like, and we could continue to work like that, I would say it's a lot of people that I work with though. Not even with just folks that's on my beat, like just stuff that I engineered that's like on the verge of coming up. So it's like, in a sense, I almost feel like I'm like, who can I compare myself to? Like, I don't even want to compare myself to nobody because it's like I don't know who doing what I'm doing right now. But my goal, or like where I'm at right now is like I don't work with so many people in Atlanta. It's like I almost feel like to the point where anything that is a upcoming artist and you hear a song by them, it's gonna be like mixed by me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much I've been working in the studio. That's how many people I done network with, you know, just over time, you know, just working. So I really feel like, you know, all the stuff that I made is bound to blow. It's just gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of work, you know, behind the scenes to promote it. And once that happens, it's just, you know, all up from there. It's gonna take off on itself.
Okay. So who are like your biggest influence?
Shoot, my biggest influences. One, I gotta say my dad, because he is really the one, before anybody giving me all the game, all the information, like how to go about it a certain way, because he basically trying to make sure that I don't follow in the same footsteps as him, you know, as far as like what happened to him in the music industry, like before he got out of it in a sense, or like slowed down on it, he was signing $500,000 contracts, like just on a regular basis. Like he would do I remember he told me like it was just one time like the label came to him and said like, okay, we need you to like engineer and create this album, and we'll give you a $500,000 advance for it. And he said he would do that, and like he'll have all that money, but he would just blow it. You get what I'm saying? Like the money or the times back then was different from now. Like, and especially because of him, like he didn't go to college, so it's like, you know, he didn't necessarily have all the skills or he didn't know all the things he could have done to reinvest with the money. You get what I'm saying? Like he would just get the money, spend it however he wanted, and not even think about saving it, because he knew he had an idea that he would get it right back. But you know, sometimes it don't always happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like one week you might have a good week, or in the next week you might just not get no sales. You know, like being an entrepreneur and having a business is not always gonna be consistent. You know, you gotta work. You gotta understand how to get through them times where you're not making no money, you know, where you don't have no clients for that week trying to book. You know, you just gotta learn how to get through it and how to stay motivated, how to stay productive at that too. You know, just trying to get through that. And so I would say my biggest role model is my father. You know, just trying to learn from him, learn the mistakes that he made, and try not to do it in my business, and go about it the right way.
Okay. So so you mentioned that you know that he made mistakes, and that it taught you that what not to do.
Right.
When you get into certain situations that he has been. Have you been put in any type of situation lately, or as far as maybe not on the same salary level, but that same type of situation?
Yeah, a lot of times actually. Like, it's been times where like he would literally be telling me like how to handle the situation, but because of like I don't want to say my ego, but it's just like, you know how you be feeling like you can do stuff on your own, but really like you know what you should be doing, but you be like, nah, I got this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was like that. The reason why I got in that situation, but like because of what I remember, what he told me, like I understood how to maneuver out of it and work things out with the artist, and like, you know, just dealing with it. So like that's necessarily the main reason why I'm so kind of like strict on handling my business the right way, and like trying to be on time, and like, you know, pressuring myself to be disciplined with not only my business but with my life. You know, just being disciplined in different parts of my life, because that it shows. You get what I'm saying? Like if you handle good business all the time, then people aren't gonna have nothing negative to say about you, because they're gonna respect you for your business. You get what I'm saying? So that's like, it's even the simple things like with being in studio sessions on time, like being there early at that, like, you know, I try to make sure like before a session I be there an hour early, you know, just to make sure if anything happened, you know, I'm already there. I'm not gonna be the problem to why the session wasn't going the way it was going. You get what I'm saying? Or just like even when it's time to release the song, like a lot of people don't know that it's a lot that goes into like releasing a song, just even a single. Like it's a lot of stuff that you have to do professionally or legally to make sure that everybody is getting the right type of salary, everybody is, you know, satisfied with the terms and agreement of that song. And so like that's why I just make sure I try to do my business the right way every single time, so I don't have no type of like miscommunication, misunderstanding with nobody, or just like, you know, everything is just gonna go smoothly when you work with me. And that's like kind of, in a sense, like that's what separate me from other people, because a lot of engineers and producers, like they'll probably like let you do stuff on their tracks and stuff and not say nothing about no paperwork, nothing about no like, oh, we need to do this to make sure it's right, you need to make sure you got your license, and let you go, you know, all the way through with releasing it. And then they'll hit you with the, oh, nah, you gotta pay this as soon as it blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get that all out the way before it blow up, because I already know it got potential. Like if you got one of my beats and I engineered it for you, and you know, I'm in the studio with you, like hyping you up, telling you like, oh yeah, that was good, that was a good take, let's keep going. You know, ain't no way we can miss, bro. Like we taking time on each track, you know, making sure that it's good music. We not just out here, you know, making like tracks for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually out here trying to make good music for the people, and just to vibe, and good music to listen to. So it's like when you in doing that, you just gotta make sure that your business side is together, because making music is supposed to be fun. You know what I'm saying? And the hardest part about it is just like after you're done making the song, how you go about releasing it. So if that's the if you make that the easiest part, then you know you're not gonna have to worry about that.
Definitely. Who would you most like to collaborate with?
Shoot, like famous people you talking about?
It can be local, famous, or just it can be anybody.
As far as celebrities, I want to collab with the baby for sure. Because of his creativity and stuff, and like, you know, he can be really versatile, so I like that about him. What else? Shit, just like some pop artists, you know, just I'm trying to be versatile too, so trying to step out my field. Like I probably work with Chris Brown, Drake, you know, who else? Like as far as producers, I want to work with like London on the Track. I want to work with what's that man name? ATL Jacob, 808 Mafia. Like I'm really trying to tap in with everybody. So it's like whoever I get the chance to work with, I'ma just be thankful, you know, that opportunity even came up. But as far as people locally, I want to work more with UFO Tune. He worked with like Buddha Bless This Beat, like he one of his artists. I want to work with 24 Heavy, my boy Joe. He got a collab with him. You know, I'm trying to see if I can at least like what we can do, if we could try to do something, get a collab with him or get something going with him. And my boy Keyshawn, BNB Keyshawn, he on the rise. So y'all just be on the lookout.
Okay, cool. So do you have any witnesses that you feel that you need to improve on?
What do you mean? Like witnesses?
Like any witnesses as far as like in your beats, or Just for yourself exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So you saying like things I probably need to improve in myself?
Yeah, in yourself or your beats. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you think that you need to work on, that you think you need to improve on.
In myself, I need to improve on like just like I said earlier, like discipline, like not even necessarily. Well, when I say discipline, it's more than just one thing. It's like, you know, time management, you know, holding myself accountable, doing the right thing, you know, at all times, and just like being consistent. That's really one of the main things, just being consistent with everything that I do. And as far as like production of music, things that I could work on is just like making a more consistent mix. Like it's just small things that I notice in my mixes. Like people be saying, "Oh, you hard at mixing," but it be like when I hear it back, it's like, nah, I could have fixed that. Like, you know, going back into it. But yeah, it's just like small things, like just in the mix being consistent, like, you know, or mixing my beats, making it punch a little harder than it was before, like with my old method of making beats, stuff like that.
Definitely. So what would you be doing right now if it wasn't what would you be doing right now if you wasn't making beats or engineering?
Shoot, I'd probably be hustling, like with a whole nother type of business, like shoot, I really, like, a lot of people may not notice, but unless it's people who know me, but like my whole life, really, I've been like a hustler. And as far as like, when I say hustler, like I've been the type to just always find ways to make money, you know, not even like doing hard work necessarily, like just doing stuff that's providing a service for other people. So like, for example, in middle school, I would be selling like candy, I would be selling drinks, all that stuff. And then like in high school, like I was selling brownies. Literally, when I stepped inside the school, like niggas would be trying to like buy brownies from me. Like they would be like, bro, you, like, it'll be a swarm of people around me, like just because of how many folks, you know, like my brownies. Mm-hmm. But it was like that was my daily hustle, cause every night after school, I'm in the kitchen like whipping up them bowls like with the brownie mix. You get what I'm saying? Like that's where the whole idea of Master Chef came from. But we can touch that in another topic. But
so, what was it about the brownie that was so good? Did you put some type of little gritty?
Nah, I ain't putting nothing in it. That's crazy that you even said that, cause it's like one day, and this day blew me so much, bro. Cause I knew I was finna make bank that day. Like I forgot what my school was doing, but the school I went to, the high school I went to, Arabia Mountain, like they was real strict on dress code. And so it's like, you know, I would be going in there like trying to sell brownies and stuff, like, you know, just do what I do on a daily. And then one time I got stopped, not even for the brownies, bro, for my shoes, bro, because they wasn't dress code. And I wore those shoes all the time, so it's like, bro, y'all gonna stop me on a day like this, like for something that y'all usually don't even stop me on. Like it was some BS. But it was like that day they had like confiscated my brownies and stuff, and they had the like police officer at the school like come and taste one of the brownies and stuff, cause they thought I was selling weed brownies and shit. And even the principal tasted it. He was like, "Oh, they're good." Like he said they're good, bro. And I was like, "Bro, you gonna sit there and eat that shit in my face, like, bro, for real?" Like, but nah. When that happened, it was just like, bro, like they're tripping. Like y'all messing up the grind, the hustle. Like I literally put more than 2 hours or 3 hours at night just trying to make them brownies, make sure they was perfect. You know, like the settings on the brownie, even all the way down to the ingredients, bro. I made sure they was perfect. Like that's why
I might have to get a brownie, man, because you sound like you can really chef over there, man.
Nigga, I'm the master chef for real, bro. Like
so can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook.
So not just like, so what type of food you can cook?
Sure, I cook like chicken Alfredo, shrimp scampi, like spaghetti, like most of the pastas I know how to make. I know how to make like Parmesan chicken too. Like a lot.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We gonna have to, man.
You gonna have to have some cooking shows or something. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna have to, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. So after that incident happened at the school, was you able to still keep selling brownies after that shit? Or did they tell you couldn't do it no more, or did you decide just to stop and find another hustle?
I think after that, like I just slowed down a little bit, but that ain't never stopped the grind. I was still coming that bit, like with the brownies. It would just be more low key, like you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
I would make sure I'm in dress code, so they ain't got nothing to stop me for, like you know. And then I make sure I have it in my bag, or like I'd be like, bro, like, cause usually before
the low key was hating on you because you was making too much money.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They messing up the profit, bro. And so
you probably making more than the teacher. They probably was hating low key.
Nah, I know they was hating, but like before they had like stopped me, I would just literally like had this little sack with, I'm pretty sure it was like 24 brownies in it, and I sold each brownie for like $1. So that was like $24, and then I would go to my locker and re-up, you know. So like I would just bring the bag with me, but after they confiscate, like I'll bring it in the classroom. And teachers would even buy it from me. Like that's how known I was with them brownies. But after that, like I had to calm down with it, be more low key. So I was just like, nah, if you want a brownie, bro, you gotta come to my locker, like, and we gonna do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then even after that, like when I had fully stopped selling brownies, I had started doing assignments. And I don't know if y'all ever had to do like, I don't know if you heard of something called WebAssign or something. It's like USA test prep. You heard of that?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man, been a minute since I've been in high school.
It's like,
I mean, it ain't even been a minute. Really been like 3 to 4 years.
God, I
already been people like, man, I don't even know what I even did.
Yeah. But it was basically like these tests that you would take online, and it would be for like certain subjects. My strongest subject I would do that for was like chemistry. A lot of people would be struggling in chemistry at that school, and like for some reason I was the only one who understood that. So like they would literally be paying me, bro, last minute to do their work. I get them straight hundreds. They pay me, bro, and it was good money, especially when it was the final on that bit, bro. I was charging like $50 an assignment, bro. And that's what I'm saying. I was hustling like even before this music shit. So that's why it's like when I'm doing the music stuff now, I know how to come about my business because I've been doing it my whole life. Like I've been handling money. I've been like understanding how to talk to folks a certain way to like either persuade them to do something, you know, that's gonna be beneficial for them and beneficial for me at the same time, or like just how to talk to somebody if it's like a miscommunication, you know, and trying to get them to understand that this is why that happened because of terms and because you agreed to this, you know what I'm saying? Coming about it the right way, you know what I'm saying? So it's no problems.
Definitely. Have you ever had any problems?
You saying just selling like in school? Or?
Just selling or just with anybody?
Oh yeah, I mean, you always gonna run into problems. I feel like if you don't have problems like running a business, then you're not gonna know how to approach them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you're not gonna be prepared for the next one if you don't have the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
definitely. So what is the best advice that you have been given?
Best advice I could tell anybody right now is that, and it's something I said to myself, is a few things actually. It was kind of like a slogan I made too. It was like, with consistency comes discipline, and with discipline comes success. And another one was what I got tatted on me: stay humble, hustle hard. You know, that's just something I live by. Stay humble, hustle hard. And then a quote would be that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't.